that's impressive to me. I don't know.
That's pretty cool, right?
I've never driven this road at night, but
Gotcha.
pretty
Just
good.
keep it shallow. Watch for those tight turns and keep your headlights on high beam where you can. The Chick-fil-A is still open till 10, so you're good.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never driven this portion at night, but it's handling it pretty well considering it's not the most well outlined. And there's a lot of transitions with, you know, how the lane is blocked. So that's pretty cool. I can appreciate that. My video also looks way more dark than it is for what it's worth. I think I'm using auto settings, so that's my bad. But it's also not super well lit either, but I think the video makes it look a little bit like 10-20% more dark than it is for what it's worth. And I don't know if maybe it's placebo. I think my Ryzen HW3 on .14.1 has the smooth braking. I might be wrong, but I do feel like it's a little bit more improved when it's stopping. Seems like it's a little less sudden on the initial braking pressure, or at least slow down pressure. Curious what it'll do here when we get to Chick-fil-A. Okay. That's a car? Okay. I was like, solid. $1,001, $1,002, 1,000. Ooh, maybe my seconds are slow. That was a little faster than normal. Usually it's like a full 3 seconds. Solid. All right, I'm gonna take it from here because I don't think it knows how to go through a drive-through. You can see blue. See how this goes. Whoa. Okay. It's all right. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't do a lot of FSD night driving. I think I want to do more because it is a good thing to test. But so far I feel like it's pretty smooth. I just don't have much to compare it to, unfortunately. So hopefully this drive is giving you an idea. Not to exaggerate or like whatever, but I feel like this makes me want hardware for less. I've been like in this back and forth of like, do I trade it in? Because, you know, there's all this positive energy around HW3, but I don't think it's worth the money loss. I think it'd just be, yeah, it wouldn't be the most wise financial decision. So kind of wanted to stick with this. So far, this is awesome. I'm kind of curious how it'll be during the day. So hopefully I can get some footage this week. Let me know. I know my channel's new. Let me know in the comments if like the videos are too long. I'll try to maybe speed them up in some parts where I can just reduce total video length time. But hopefully, you know, you guys can of course just skip through. But yeah, let me know if they're too long. There's a lot of construction going on here. They're trying to widen lanes because in North Nevada they didn't think about scaling when allowing all these people to move in and build more homes. I'm one of those to blame, but at the same time, they didn't think about having more lanes. So, but at least I'm glad they're expanding. So that's good. I mean, if it's, you know, that's the other thing is, I'm still learning on, you know, how hardware 3 and 4 and all that work to a degree, but I could be wrong. If there are more cars around and there's more to pay attention to, that's going to stress the computer and processing. So at nighttime, there's less cars on the road. It is low light, so I don't know the trade-off there. I feel like it's handling itself well. I haven't noticed any phantom braking at all, despite there's kind of, you know, some bright moments, transition of shadows, even some weird like kind of dark areas like what we're approaching right now. It's like really dark initially, but it doesn't seem to phantom brake. I feel like a month ago it would kind of do that, especially like at a stop sign. It would stop and then start to drive forward, and if there was like a weird shadow going across the street, it would think it's a car. I don't know what the heck it would think, but it would kind of do a little punchy, you know, stop. So, and even during drives, I noticed like a month ago, it would do that a little bit. But this is before .8.6. I can't remember what the version was before that. And it's inconsistent. I'm sorry, it's infrequent. It doesn't really happen that often. But you also can't tell when it's going to happen. It just kind of like, you know, just does it. So. I don't know. I'm more stoked on this right now. Like, if you talked to me 2 weeks ago, I would have said it just doesn't feel confident enough. Right now, just comparing itself to hardware 3 performance, not any hardware 4, I don't know, I'd give it like a 9. Honestly, like, it hasn't done anything weird this whole time, despite kind of transitions with bright lights on the street versus into shadows or just darkness. The construction area with the lane being closed and transitioning and all that, like, nothing weird at all. I did have my hands kind of hovering, but, you know, just in case. But, I mean, it was fine. I didn't, like, nothing was odd or jerky or lacking confidence. It's also handling speed limit fine. I mean, I put it at 5%. I feel like if you put it at 10, it's just gets dicey. I don't need to deal with that, so. Alright, this is going to be interesting coming up. So after this light, about maybe a couple 100 feet, it'll make it seem like you should make a right early before getting onto the highway. And I'm curious if it's going to do it. I'm going to have to hover my hands because, see, it's going to think, yep, it thinks it needs, nope, corrected it. Nice, did it on its own. Solid. No intervention. I was just about to intervene though. Cool, man. Right on. It's got a lane change though. What's it doing over here? Dude, right on. I mean, I want to say this is a flawless drive because there's probably a lot to be desired. But if you're only comparing it to Hardware 3, this is pretty solid. I have no idea. I don't even know if 14.1 did any improvements. I feel like on .8.6.1, I even noticed improvements there, and it's been pretty good since. There's been like some irregularities, like sometimes if there's like a dotted line transition to make a right from a 2-lane road, it'll kind of not, it won't be certain on if it should enter the far right turn lane or not, but so it'll be like little quirks like that. But overall, I'd say it's, you know, I'd say in that sense it's like a 7 out of 10 if you account for the quirks. But tonight's drive, I don't know, man, I would say like 8 to 9, if that's fair. I'm happy about it. I don't know, man. Look at that. Smooth. Do a little Wincoing. Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks. Till next time. Night.